I got for you now was McGlinchey went out with a knee, didn't return. Go ahead.
How serious that is, Kyle.
I don't.
Kyle, what does a game like this tell you about your team?
That we didn't play very well today at all. I was real disappointed. Thought we'd play really well. Had a good week of practice. I thought we'd even improve from the week prior, but obviously didn't go that way.
Can you put your finger on why you guys played so poorly today?
Yeah, I mean, when you can't stop the run, I think it seemed like they were in second and less than 5 after every first down. You give up all those free yards, big explosives on screens. I don't think they punted till the third quarter. And then on offense, you got to come out and you got to make those plays to start. I thought that we had a chance to keep up with them at the beginning. First drive with the drop, then the fumble again inside the 10. Then it was catch-up ball from there on out.
What explanation did you get from Josh Norman for the penalty, and what was your view of that?
I didn't have much of a view on it. Josh told me that some of their coaches were talking to him, so he was talking back. Then he told me he got headbutted by one of their offensive linemen, and then he said he got the taunting penalty.
He didn't play after that. Was that your decision, Paul?
No, I wanted him to get out right there. Wanted him to cool down a little bit. And then in the third quarter, we just kept Dre in, which wasn't my decision, but I was okay with it.
When it comes to your defense, why did they look so undisciplined today? Whether it was missed tackles, missed assignments, or the penalties?
We got to find out. It was extremely disappointing. I didn't think we tackled very well. I didn't think we had 11 guys swarming to the ball enough. I think we made it pretty easy on those guys.
Do you ever give them a piece of your mind during games, or you just leave that to D'Amico?
I mean, I talk to the coaches throughout the game, but no, I don't bring the defense together on the sidelines and give some big speech. I don't do that for the offense either.
Do you think it's possible that there was a letdown when you knew that Kyler Murray wasn't going to play defensively or on the coaching staff or anything, that things changed because of that?
I would hope not. That's something that I aggressively talked about last night. For those guys to let down on it, I think it came down to, I mean, you guys saw how we tackled out there, and we didn't stop the run and we didn't stop those screens, which when you're giving up some explosive screens and all that free yardage, wouldn't have mattered who was playing quarterback. We made it extremely easy on them.
Does Nico Ryan still have your support, defense coordinator?
Yes, of course.
Why should fans be optimistic about the direction this franchise is heading? Five losses in your last 6 games, 11 losses in your last 12 home games.
I mean, to make a big statement like that on the whole direction of the franchise after that game, that's to me that's unnecessary. We didn't play a very good game today. We got to play a lot better. I know our fans are disappointed. I'm disappointed too. But we got to make sure we do better next week.
You guys are 1-8 at home in the last 2 years. Can you put your finger on if there's something happening at home? If there's something you need to do differently?
I mean, home you don't have to worry about the noise as much. That's the only difference. So I don't think we played great football at home or the road recently. But it's happened that we've lost more at home. For me to think that's anything in particular, I don't. We got to play a lot better on the road and at home to become a better football team.
Go to touchdown and make it 31-13. If you get 2 there, you'd make it a 2-score game. You went for 1. Did you think about 2 there? Did it not come up?
No, we talked about at the beginning of the drive. I think there was 8.5 minutes left in the third quarter when we started it. We were down 24, so you talk about at the beginning of the drive, hey, if we score, we're going to go for 2 here. We thought it was too early to start playing that game. We thought there would be more possessions. I think we scored somewhere in the 5s on the clock. We just stuck with what we talked about at the beginning of the drive.
You talked about needing to execute better, and it seemed like it was an issue that could be corrected, but clearly this is a pattern now. How do you snap out of that pattern of not executing?
You got to practice. You got to get better. You got to work. Some of these guys we got back on their first week, we got to get them more involved and get some more work. I thought we did come out firing at the beginning offensively, and then they got 2 turnovers on us, knocking those balls out, which I think took away points. We got to make that play, obviously, that George had down the seam to keep us. And I think that was our opening drive. Our opening drive. Once we got behind and stuff, defense. We have to clean all that up. I was very disappointed in that whole game, and there's not one place I can start with that.
How was the mood of the team before the game and then again at halftime? Did you feel like they were ready and
That's why I'm extremely disappointed. I'm obviously wrong, but I was very surprised that we didn't play well today. Thought we had a great week of practice. Thought our guys were on it in the meetings all week, and I felt their energy before the game. Was very caught off by how we played.
Even if Josh was responding to the Cardinals, how disappointing is that, especially for a veteran? Because that was obviously a costly penalty.
Yeah, it's very disappointing. I don't care what happens. Whether the refs are right or wrong, you can't give them the chance to be wrong. So it doesn't matter to me whether you deserved it or you didn't. It's that you got it, and it's very easy to avoid those. You get the hell away.
What was the plan for Jeff Wilson? Was that just an emergency?
No, we were gonna. I mean, we were worried that Elijah might not be able to get through it all, so we wanted to make sure that he was good to go if Elijah didn't. Elijah was able to handle it throughout the whole game, and we didn't run the ball that much either, which probably helped Elijah stay in it. But that was it. And we put Hasty in on pass downs.
You obviously had to, throw once the game got a little out of hand, but you started off pretty pass heavy. Was that in any way a function of Elijah's injury?
No, that was a function of they played 60 linemen in the game every single play, which means you only have 5 guys left who aren't D linemen, which is a premier look to throw, which we were going to keep doing it, and that's why you guys saw. It seemed like that first half seemed like explosives or a drop or fumbles, and we were going to keep doing that to make them pay for doing it, and got some yards with it, but no points, so we obviously didn't make them pay.
There was a play in the first half where Zach Ertz had an incompletion over the middle. It looked like he might have caught it and turned upfield before the ball got knocked out. It was really complete. Did you think about challenging that?
No, I didn't see it, but no one mentioned it to me.
What did you think of Kittle? It's the first time in 5 weeks.
It was good to have him back. He ended up, I thought he started off the game pretty rusty, but he was able to come back and make some plays later that helped.
Kyle, is Compton over Moore just because Moore's been playing on the left?
Yes.
Is that something you'll consider moving Jalen over if this is a long-term thing for Mike?
Yeah, something we'll consider.
What was your message to the team after the game?
Just how disappointed I was. Obviously, we got to play a lot better. I was a little. I talked to the defense a lot about some of the things that you guys saw out there. Offensively, I thought we had our opportunity. We just had to play and make those plays like we did last week. And I thought it was there for us, and especially in the first half, and we didn't get it done and got us in the hole, and we weren't able to overcome it.
Say 3 more. What do you think about Jimmy's play, Garoppolo today?
I thought Jimmy was all right. I thought that pick at the end, those last couple plays were some bad plays right there on that last drive when the game was out of hand. But Jimmy was all right.
Did you consider putting Trey in at that point, given that
At
it was
which point?
At the end of the game when it felt like it was out of hand in those last seconds?
Those last 3 plays? No, I wasn't going to put him in for those last 3 plays.
Will you consider starting Trey next week against the Rams?
Probably not, but definitely not thinking of those things right now. I'm thinking about this game and the rest of our team.
It looked like you guys had a chance to take momentum with the Eric Armstead sack that was reversed by a penalty. What did you see on that play? What were you telling the officials right afterwards?
I saw like the ref who saw it originally, who didn't call it a personal foul. He said he got corrected by another guy who thought he had a better angle, and he thought he hit his helmet. I thought he hit his neck. That was a tough one.
Have you ever heard that where the taunting gets exercised first and then they do the one on the coaches? Did you have heard that before?
No, I think I was like you guys. I don't think any of us had any clue what was going on at the moment. We can't hear it when they talk on the speaker, and then they come to tell me after once the play's already happened, usually at the end of the series, and by that time the damage had been done. I'm sure they got the rules right, but we just wait to hear.
All right, appreciate it, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.